questions and answers, but asking is where we must start. Ready? We all know we're here for a purpose. We search for it deep in our hearts. We know there's more questions than answers, but asking is where we must start. We all know we're here for a purpose. We search for it deep in our hearts. We know there's more questions than answers, but asking is where we must start. One more time. We all know we're here for a purpose. We search for it deep in our hearts. We know there's more questions than answers, but asking is where we must start. Yes, asking is where we must start. So that last song puts us into a little larger picture of the issues that we've been talking about and singing about tonight. And this next song, I think, will put us in about as large a picture as we can hope to comprehend. This is a song that I learned from a man named John Seed, whom some of you may have heard of. If you haven't heard of John Seed, you've probably heard of the organization that he's founded. It's called the Rainforest Network. And it's because of John Seed that we know about Brazil and what's going on down there. And also, we understand that the trees in BC are being cut at the same rate as the trees in Brazil. So this song is called the Galaxy Song. Remember that you're standing on a planet that's revolving, revolving at 900 miles an hour. Its orbiting 19 miles per second, so it's reckoned the Earth that is the source of all our power. The sun and you and me and all the stars that you can see are moving at a million miles a day in an outer spiral arm at 40,000 miles an hour in the galaxy they call the Milky Way. Our galaxy contains 100 million stars. It's 100,000 light years side to side. It bulges in the middle, 16,000 light years thick, but up by us it's just 3,000 light years wide. We're 40,000 light years from galactic central point. We go around every 200 million years, and this galaxy is only one of millions and billions in this amazing and expanding universe. The universe itself keeps on expanding and expanding in all of the directions it can whiz.
last, it is told, many humans became sunken into an inner realm of unquenchable desire, a lust for wealth and treasure, and self-centered hoarding, a want for more than the simple good things of sharing food, love, and laughter, a warm home, and heartful friends. They brutalized the mountains and they turned the earth and the air into poison. They cut away the forests and they put toxic substances into the mother waters. Through the brave-hearted vision and the devotion of the people, however, the errant ones came to understand the sacred nature of the mountain, river, and sky. This is the story of a people who came to live in the future, here, that perhaps live here right now. It is also the story of the sacred river these people honor as a living goddess. A river they know and understand is more than a force to harness for hydroelectric generation, a toxic waste dumping channel, or a commodity resource. A river known as life itself, the energy of generation, health, the bringer of great blessing, the heart of beauty, sustenance for all beings, Great Mother. She is known as Kalamba Ma, an intimate devotional form of the river's ancient name, Columbia, and the suffix Ma, meaning mother. Kalamba Ma, river goddess, mother to cedar, sage, elk, deer, bear, kinnikinick, eagle, salmon, heron, human. Without her, life would not be. People recognize the river as sacred because they know her as clear, pure nourishment, feeding and giving life to all that live near her. The cycles of water are her gift and teaching. Snow and rain falls among the pine and cedar green mountains. It gathers as groundwater among the roots and stones. It collects into rivulets, streams, and creeks. It courses down over smooth stones, flows endlessly into river, through lake and canyon, past village and farm, to the ocean's deep being. Here, moon and sun pull the tides and turn the waves to spray. The waters rise to vapor and cloud, and the trees calling, the people singing, bring the rain's return to bless and quench the herbs, trees, creatures, and people of the region. The cycle continues. The nature of the goddess is honored. The people are grateful. They take their prayers of thanksgiving, their heart song of harmony, their joys and gladness to the water's edge, and offer them there to the goddess waters. They place their compassionate blessings for the world into the river's heart cycle, knowing that as she moves to the ocean, travels the wide waters there, rises into cloud, and rains to the land returned, all beings will hear. All will be touched by the soft whisper of the goddess singing their songs in her cycles, alive. a seed proud, meaning, O Mother Columbia, I honor and respect your sacred ways. And so we're coming to the conclusion of our show this evening. One little point I would like to share with you. As a young girl, my father said to me, all the water that is on the planet Earth is here now, has always been, and always will be. Be very careful with that water, he told me. For we as people have not figured out if we pollute it, we do not know how to clean it. So, that means the water that's on the planet today was here at the beginning of time. Why don't you think very carefully about that water? What you do to that water, how you treat that water. We'd like to conclude this evening with an element tune. And if you recognize it, which some of you may, we would like you to join in and sing with us.
We come from the water, living in the water, go back to the water, turn the world around. We all come from the water, go back to the water, turn the world around. We come from the fire, living in the fire, go back to the fire, turn the world around. We all come from the fire, go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the air, living in the air, go back to the air, turn the world around. We all come from the air, go back to the air, turn the world around. We come from the earth, living in the earth, go back to the earth, turn the world around. We all come from the earth, go back to the earth, turn the world around. We come from the spirit, living in the spirit, go back to the spirit, turn the world around. We all come from the spirit, go back to the spirit, turn the world around. We come from the water, living in the water, go back to the water, turn the world around. Go back to the water, turn the world around. Go back to the water, turn the world around. Go back to the water, turn the world around.
This has been an experiment and a really gratifying and wonderful experiment for us to work together. And Bo and I had a very electric conversation sitting right in this corner one day, and she said she's starting to work with a guy in the valley who did some dub poetry, and I lit up and said, me too, please, can I come? And here we are with a few poems that are the results of that conversation. And I'm really grateful for these guys for the work. It's been a lot of fun. First one's about my horse. On Biscuit, tearing back into the hills, her dapple gray rump saving my 13-year-old ass from family and the broken glass blackmail Billy Tasler and the other boys called love. Flying up into the mountains of birch and pine, we were one. Nobody dared come between my legs wrapped around your belly back. You caught the bit so soft and turned on a dime, sure-footed. In the bush we were a wild Indian. But you died under an English saddle like a brown child caught in the white lies of residential school. Cunning and sly. Lie down. No. Nobody came between us. Nobody dared jump your sturdy bones. You knew how to throw. Let me know enough times. Oh yeah. A circle of pain, the precise size of your hoof, printed black and then blue across my back, a slight concussion too. I wanted to call you that night, whistle you in when they had me pinned behind the door of that bush shack. Your hooves then just as sharp and kicking, splintering their pale blank stares. I needed your soft gray mare mouth, the rebel long neck low head gallop we used for robbing trains, that time up on the range, up on those caribou, Chilcote and wild grass drylands, up where you were raised by cowhands, broken and abused by buckaroos. No wonder you panicked when I came toward you with the saddle. You pulled that post right out of the ground, you broke the rope and ran, tail snorting, whipping, kicking. A circle of pain, the precise size of my palm, layer upon layer of burnt sienna rubbed raw under their wide-ass western saddle, sore. You were never let free long enough to heal it, so they sold you rather than deal with it. And we met. Wild with pain, not old enough yet, not ready yet for what we already knew. My tawny fingers gripping your silver mane, and you threw me again and again. I want to go now, back up into the hills with you, bareback over those crazy broken trails and scattered paths, cut through the bush so smooth, little horse. Always talking your song in the morning when you hear the back door open, talking and singing to me. And when you threw me, I couldn't hit you. No, I had to tell you, yell at you, Jesus Christ, because you can't hit a horse like that. She'd never let you come back in. I've been shipped away to live with my dad, and she told me she sold you. Sold you like some old pair of skates with dull blades. No, no one else could ride you, she said. No one else could, she said. You were too wild. But I could. I did, little mare. Come quiet now. Step so careful through the open gate. Your little body is pulsing and full. There's a wind coming up. Yeah, I can feel it too. So go on. Get out of here. Can you hear okay? No what?
I can't.
Can't hear the voice?
And you do.
Speak to the back.
Speak to the back of the room. Can you hear the voice over the drums? Pegasus can't. Anybody else having problems?
It's iffy.
It's iffy?
It's iffy, yeah.
There are times
So maybe we need more mic. We can do that one again, just in case somebody missed a word or two. How's that?
I gave you more, yeah.
Dum bum bum bum. I'll try and give more from my own self.
As loud as the first one again.
Oh, the drums
So-
plays loud. Okay.
Spirit of the horse on the horse. Sorry.
A down good horse. She's a down good horse.
Okay. I'm ready.
On the radio, there is the news, and then there is the news, and then there is the news. I remember. Telegraph Creek. Oh yeah. The miners' camp, and upriver from you, the Tlingit camp. Old bones, dugouts on the snow, the time of year, maybe February or March, and there's frozen river, all ice, skeleton froth, old bones and sleds against the sky. Later in the year, it is dry scrub and wild roses. Every turn in that Hell Canyon road is roses. And the cemetery facing south down that river looks out over all of us, looks out over you, Telegraph Creek. Wound around by that canyon road, steep as San Francisco, USA. And the cemetery sees the Slocan River carve that great rock canyon wall like a knife. Carve that rock face into a great eagle, and her spread wings lean into the wind. The sun throws itself against that wall tonight, turns it blood red. 4 men in a pickup truck drove over the edge. And on the radio, they try and tell you, go to the store. Just go to the store. So, somebody said to me recently, or I read somewhere recently, and I thought it was such a neat quote. It said, this might be totally wrong, but I think it was Tom Wayman talked about his blue-collar working experience and how he could keep mining that for years, and I really feel like that was an appropriate way of thinking about writing, because there's so much goes on in our past, and a lot of these pieces, it's like a mine. You go in and you find all this rich stuff in there, and it's really exciting. And, well, here's another one from the central interior. It's called Another World. Another world. Stones throw and crash away from the 150 pub is Williams Lake, where I grew up and was laid down. The 150 where boys drink and girls ride in their laps the 9 miles to town. Laid down like the law, and there is a law, isn't there? He later had his arm torn open with a chainsaw, but still played ball, still saw where he stole what was missing. Still caught a smoking hot ball into right field, and he's laughing in his body. It does crazy things, and he's already drunk, but yes, snatched that ball right out of the air. No miss there. And already everybody's laughing, and even I am laughing, and it's all about cleverness, and what about silence, and what it kills. It's a hell of a twisted road from the 150 to town. Cliffs fall off into Williams Lake, but we didn't, and I go back there into exile, into another world. Past his field and others, and I wear their sweat still, and somehow miss someone, leave her behind, not forgotten or forgiven. Instead, watch and see cowboys and outlaws breaking broncs at the Williams Lake Stampede. Examine history and now her story, and see someone dancing knee-deep in broken glass under the open sky. Beer bottles keep flying, and even the old man is there looking for me. Guess they missed me when I wasn't home by 9. But I'm 13 and know no danger. Think I like riding on laps and necking with older men. Think this place is where I am. Think this must be where I am, and know no difference. Haven't defined exile yet. Don't know who's missing. So, This next piece is, well, I guess it's dedicated to anyone who's been around pregnant women and waited for a birth. And no, Rosy isn't here, and it's dedicated to Rosy, who's in Montreal. And the kind of crazy places it takes you to when you're waiting for that baby to be born. It's called Patience, Child, She's Coming. Patience, child, she's coming. Blood pressure's rising, Rose's blood pressure's rising, and the doctor with her sawbones and hammer wants Rose in the hospital right now. Saw no alternative, home birth like a dirty word, or worse yet, dirty hands. She has mechanized and isolated every single piece of flesh involved, trust the medical profession more than we do, obviously. It's funny she's a she, but says we a lot. In interview when referring to the decision made by her to not back us up. To punish us? Well, not encourage us to birth at home, birth at home, birth at home. That woman has closed, locked her legs up tight. The inevitable won't happen to her tonight. But blood pressure's rising, Rose's blood pressure's rising. We are drawing back the curtains, beholding centuries of bondage, one of our own bearing down on us, bearing down, bearing down. Authority rules. Authority rules, eh? Like that kid's jacket at the bus depot Monday morning. God rules, it said. I am not ashamed, it said. God rules. And we are not ashamed, cannot afford to be ashamed, though the doctor thinks we are stupid or belligerent, but no doctor, no doctor, no doctor. We are thinking women, we are thinking, humming, singing women, and we are humming in resistance, and we are resisting with persistence, and we need to cast this demon out, cast this doctor out. Susie T, be gone, medical profession, be gone. I am drawing up the covers to her chin to keep us warm. It is a cold night out tonight, and I need to keep us warm. I try to sleep, but the worries start to swarm. So many calls to make, so many rules to break, so many risks to take. I want to pull the covers up over my head and wake up next spring. Quit panicking! The blood pressure's rising. Rose's blood pressure's rising. It's not so easy, oh so natural, do like the peasants do. I say the other day, maybe we should just go till some soil. Maybe that will encourage our failing courage. But no, it's not so easy, so simple, so natural. When birth and death are riding beside you on a white horse, and he's grinning with no face, and he's offering you some, well, no, I won't swallow this glass. And my enemy has a glass eye that winks when I take this other glass instead and drink. Blood pressure's rising, Rose's blood pressure's rising. Oh please, let it be all right. Oh please, let it be all right. Have patience, it could be poison. Have patience, it could be poison. We are poisoned by the power that has usurped faith. The doctor is poisoned by the power and the shame of losing face. Well, you know who, with no face, laughs and passes by, winks his glassy eye one more time. Oh, please, let it be all right. Oh, please, let it be all right. Blood pressure's rising, Rose's blood pressure is rising, and I am as desperate as the doctor for knowing, for control. Oh, please, let it be all right. Blood pressure's rising, Rose's blood pressure is rising, and the women gather like many crows. Messages fly through the morning air. Many women gather. Phone calls, sisters, offerings, and friendly hugs. But I get fed up and I can't stand another second of Rose's moods and all the tension, and even Joe starts to panic and wants to control. The mystery, the mystery, the mystery. But she's so big, she's bigger than us all. Bigger than Rose, bigger than the baby, bigger than the doctor, bigger than the medical establishment that will not support us. Bigger than the midwives who want to deliver us. Greater still than all the women and all the crows flying, we fit into the palm of her hand. Have patience, child. She's coming. I said have patience now. She's coming. She's moving slowly forward, lumbering so slowly toward us, hoping and praying down here, hoping she'll notice us. Don't step on us. On down over here, lean on over here and help us, deliver us, deliver us, deliver us. Some small sack of life and move on.